All right, we're live. Yeah, no, it's supposed to look blurry. It's one of those weird effect things that they have inside of Google Plus here.
Okay, yeah, because it's blurry everywhere else except for the middle, so I guess that makes sense now.
Hey, everybody. I don't know if you can hear us. Hopefully you can. This is our first time attempting to use Webinar Jam for one of these, so hopefully you can hear us. If you can, feel free to send a little message. I think there's a way, hopefully, to add a little chat message in there. So feel free to do that to let us know that you're getting this. And I want to welcome at this time one of my good buddies here who is one of my favorite people to chat with in these Google Chats is Mr. Joshua Zamora, the Samurai Warrior. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you, glad to be here, and our goal is to do the best thing we can to break webinar jam, so that we
Yes,
are we are the beta testers.
we really are, because I'll be completely honest with you. This is the first one that we've done, and I did not look at any of the instructional videos. It was fairly self-explanatory, so I kind of just did it, and everything seemed to be good. So I'm
Nice.
sure I've probably screwed something up, but hopefully it'll work out for us. And it looks like we've actually got some people on YouTube watching as well, which is interesting. I don't even know how they would have found it, but that's awesome. Welcome, guys.
It tells you all those stats of who's watching from where, and
Well, I just see in the normal window that there was three in there inside the YouTube
mm,
one, but in the attendees section here of this, I can see all the people that are in here, and we can see Michelle and John and Jeff and Charles and Brenda, and hopefully they can hear us. But we're going to do this anyway, and if for some reason it's not working properly and we're screwing it all up, we'll still have the replay, and we'll send the replay out to everybody anyway. So
yeah.
it'll work out. It'll work out well in the end. So,
Yeah,
all right. Well,
absolutely.
Josh, we're here to talk today about a new product that you have and a subject that, quite frankly, I run into all the time, which is content creation. When I'm putting together videos, a lot of times I'm like, I need to have a nice long description, but I don't know what to write, and it just comes out as whatever I can fit in there to kind of keyword it up and get it out there. But you've got a solution to this, a way for you to create content quickly and easily and get it out there to the world, whether it's for a website or whether it's a description or whatever you're going to use it for. So tell us a little bit about why this product came about and how you got to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the good thing about the product, which is called Big Content Search, is it's not something that was just started. It's been around since 2010. The guys behind it are genius programmers and marketers, and just overall people who like to make things easier. So Big Content Search came out of basically frustration, and the creator Dehan, and I believe I'm saying it right because he's tried correcting me a few times of the way to say his names, but Dayan, I believe, is how the correct way to say it. He does a lot of SEO. He does also a lot of software development, a lot of marketing for his services as well. And we all run into that same problem. We need to create some content either for a client, either for backlinking, or for to keep their site growing, and have a blog on their site. So it's just something that came out of frustration, because we all know that sitting down and trying to research what to write, how long it should be, or all of that information, it just takes forever. Or if you try to outsource it, if you order 5 articles, 10 articles, it could easily be 80 to $100 to order just 5 to 10 articles. So after going through this process for a while, I mean, Dayon kind of came to the realization that he needed to create something easier for himself. So he's not just there writing and spending hours in front of the computer writing content. So that's kind of how it came about, and he decided that he really wanted to create kind of like a search engine for content. And he wanted to make it easy to use. He wanted to make it online based so that anybody can access it. So that's exactly what he made. And to date, there's over 128,000 articles in the Big Content Search database. As
Wow.
well, recently, as of last year, they added ebooks to the database as well. So now people can access over 1,000 ebooks across multiple niches, so they can use it for building a list, to sell them, rebrand them, whatever it is they want to do. So that's kind of how it all came about.
Nice.
And it's something that no one can escape. You know, we all need content, whether you're working for on a client site, whether you're working on your own site, whether you're building backlinks, whether you're putting up YouTube videos. You know, there's no way of escaping content creation.
Absolutely. And just so everybody knows, last night when I was kind of goofing around, I put in on the sales page, you can actually check and see if your niche has content in there. And I think I put in like YouTube marketing or YouTube or something like that, and there was like tons of stuff in there that you can use specific to YouTube, which was awesome. I was like, okay, this is good stuff.
Yeah, and that's a cool part of the sales page, that people will actually be able to kind of see how much articles are in the database for the specific niche that they want.
Beautiful. And one of the things that I was curious about with it, now you mentioned the ebooks, and the article part I totally get, makes a lot of sense. Now with the ebooks, are you able to actually change the content from the program, or they're just available so that you can use?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can change it however you want. You can rebrand it, and when you download it, it comes in text format. So although it's all formatted correctly, you can go in and you can rebrand it. You can create a new e-cover for it, so make it your own. So you can do, you know, whatever it is that you want to it. You can add affiliate links to it. That's one thing that I love about PDF reports. You can always sprinkle your affiliate links all over the PDF, and also add your resource section. So yeah, you can do whatever it is that you want with the ebooks.
Nice. And for those of you who want to take a peek at it, I'll put a link in there. The product, correct, is not available today. It's not available till tomorrow. But you can go over to the page and you can check it out and kind of see what we're talking about. There's some videos on there which are very cool, and I will post those in the chat here in just a minute now that I've figured out how to do it.
Yeah, awesome. And just so people understand, everything is ready to purchase. I mean, if they go to the page now, they can purchase at the prices that are on there. But we will be running a early bird offer for those people that are watching this video. So if they want to hold off a little bit, tomorrow between 10 and 11, there'll be a nice little early bird offer that I'm not telling too many people about. So just you know, whoever's watching, keep that to yourself. And if you go to the page tomorrow at 10 a.m., there'll be a special live pricing before lower than what's on there now.
Nice. Well, that's good to know. Yeah. So, guys, if you're listening to this, feel free to spend more money if you want. I don't think, Josh, you won't mind if they spend more money with you, do you?
No, absolutely. and actually, since they, you know, Big Content Search has been around since 2010, they currently have over 3,000 you know, active members and people who just love the database of articles that they've put together. And yeah, you know, I mean, they've paid way more than what it's going to be offered at tomorrow. So if you're feeling generous, feel free and join the other 3,000 active members that have paid more.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a very slick thing, and at the very least, head over and check out the video for it, because I was watching it and I was amazed as I'm seeing this thing in kind of like real time, changing the content for you before your very eyes, which is really awesome. But let me ask you this: why is this important? Why is it important to have something like this to create content for you?
Yeah, I mean, I remember that me personally, when I was just getting started and I was putting up a lot of YouTube videos, I was building a lot of backlinks. There was always that need to have content somewhere that you can use in conjunction either with your YouTube video or your niche site, so that you know, you're getting your stuff out there as quickly as possible. And for me personally, I would always research, going to Fiverr, going to different forums, and try to find these article packs that you can use for content. And although some of those may be good, it would take forever to go through these you know, zip files of just folders of content, trying to find a good one. And then if you forget which one you use, you might use the same one. So I mean, it's important for just overall efficiency and just getting your stuff out there as quickly as possible, because you know, like I said, no one can escape the fact that we need content. And the quicker that you're able to produce content, the faster that you can get all your stuff out to market, the more traffic you get, and the quicker the sales come in. Beautiful.
Now let me ask you the tough question here, and this of course has to do with the quality of the content. Now I'm sure the PLR articles are great and all. Um, One of the things that the software does is it goes in and it changes that PLR content so that it's not the same article. 50 people aren't posting the same article on the same day for 50 different sites. It changes the content, but what is the content like after it's changed? I mean, is it stuff that you really have to go through afterwards and kind of make sure that it seems okay and change a few words, or is the software really good at making sure that it's still readable English?
Yeah, well, the software is actually integrated with several different spinning tools. So whatever spinning tool the person that's using it is using, then no, it's all different. Each spinning tool works differently. So I definitely recommend either at least skimming through it just to make sure that it's readable and legible. But a lot of times it's going to be just minor changes that you have to make. But absolutely, no matter what, even myself, even when I write content, I always revise it. Even if I pay for content, I always revise it to make sure it's good. So at least for good measure, always, no matter where you're getting your content from, someone should revise it and make sure that it's readable and legible and grammatically correct.
Beautiful. And you mentioned that it works with a variety of spinning tools. Obviously, I can assume the best spinner and spin rewriter, and I'm sure there's 5 or 6 other ones out there that I'm not even familiar with. But what if you don't currently have a rewriting tool like that? Is there a place that they can go specifically for that? Because I know a lot of folks may not have that yet. They may not have any sort of spinning tool that they currently use.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've before I purchased Spin Rewriter and the Best Spinner, I have both of them. I did find a free one. I think it was online based, but I recommend them buying one of the premium ones. So either Spin Rewriter or the Best Spinner. I prefer Spin Rewriter personally, just because it's online based as well, so you can easily use it. And if you do, I can track down the free one, but yeah, I mean, the free ones are always limited. So I would recommend that they set aside some cash and buy a premium one.
Sure, and that's what I used to. I use Spin Rewriter. That's my personal one of choice. And I love the fact that this works with multiples, because there's so many times where I grab a tool and it's like, oh, it integrates with, the Best Spinner. I'm like, well, I don't have the Best Spinner. I've got Spin Rewriter. So now I can't use that tool. So I'm glad that this one actually works with multiples.
I think there's about 7 of them. And I'm like you. I think I know 3 of them: Spinner Chief, the Best Spinner, and Spin Rewriter. And there's a few other ones that I'm like, all right, I didn't even know those existed.
Yeah, and for those of you who haven't checked it out, check out Spin Rewriter, spinrewriter.com, and it's. I forget what it is. I think it's like $65 for the whole year to use Spin Rewriter, something like that. So it's very reasonable, especially if you use it a lot. And believe me, if you start to use this software, you will use it a lot, because absolutely. It is well worth it. Because I know, like I said, for me, doing a lot of videos, a lot of times I just have no idea. What am I going to put in here for the description? And I certainly don't want to sit and translate or transcribe an entire video and wait for somebody else to transcribe it or whatever. So this is kind of a really great tool for me to be able to do that very quickly, and I'm sure you guys will agree that if you take a look, that the content that you need is probably in there. Go to the website, check out, put in your keyword, and see what kind of stuff comes up. It's not going to show you any of the stuff in the sales page, but it's going to show you the amount of stuff. So if you put in a keyword, you'll see all this 300 articles in there, on that particular subject. So it's very cool as far as that goes.
Yeah, and I can jump in and share my screen and kind of
absolutely
walk people through it. That might be a little better. So let me see if I
definitely.
I can do this here. Over here. And I think we are here. Boom. All right, so can you see my screen?
Let's see. Yep, there it is.
All right, perfect. So this is big content search, and the first thing that people are going to notice is that it's online based. So there is no need to download any software, mess with any license keys. As soon as you purchase, you're going to be automatically sent your login information. You come in here, and no matter whether you're using a Mac, a Linux, a Windows, it doesn't matter, because it's online based. You can access it from anywhere, regardless of what computer you're using. And the good thing about it is that we've made it extremely easy to use. There's 4 tabs at the top and the search box. So it's literally like Google for content. That's pretty much how I can summarize it. And all you have to do is come in here and just type in whichever keyword or niche that you're in. You hit search, and then it's just going to populate all the articles in the network under here below. And as you can see, you can there's over 3,600 articles for weight loss.
Wow.
And there's 3 different options. You can either add it to your cart, and by adding it to your cart, it just allows you to continue searching for articles, and then once you're done, you go to the cart and you download all the articles. You can preview them by clicking the magnifying glass, so you can come over here and just read, a little bit about what the content is. If you want to get more information about the article, you just hit open, and you're going to be taken to the information page specifically for that article. And here's where you can preview the entire article here to the left-hand side. You can download it directly. Again, you can add it to your cart if you want to continue browsing the database. You can download it in spin text format. If any of you are using submission tools that allow you to submit it with spin text format, so each version is unique. Or you can just download a version that's already spun, so that it will change the one that's currently in the database and you get a fresh one. So that's pretty much the article section. You can do this over and over for whichever kind of niche that you're in. So let's go ahead and use YouTube marketing, since you mentioned that earlier. And there's about 140 articles for YouTube marketing currently in the database. All right. And the very same thing, you can add it to cart. You can click through here and go to the information page. And the same options here on the left-hand side. And you can do the very same thing for ebooks. So let's go ahead and do weight loss again. And there's 76 different ebooks on weight loss currently in the database.
Wow.
This first one here would have been great to use during the holiday season. Holiday weight loss tips for a trimmer you. So if you want more information on that, same thing, you just click on it. And the good thing is that you're going to be able to see an entire preview of what the ebook looks like. So as you can see here, you can come in here, you can create a new e-cover, you can put your name, you can put your website URL, and you can really pretty much do whatever you want. You can add affiliate links, and all you have to do is just download it here, and it'll download in a text version, meaning that it'll be, you can open it in Word or whatever your favorite text editing software is, and then you can save it into a PDF from there. So, I mean, personally, I'm sure that Ray, you do this too, but for my YouTube videos, I always try and find an ebook that I can use to build my list with the traffic before I send it to the offer. So this is a great way to do that and be able to build your list while you're still making sales.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, I go through the tedious process of writing it myself. So this is
yeah, absolutely.
Crazy as I am, but no, this is I think this for niches that are more specific or in things that I don't normally write about. I mean, this is brilliant. Even in the YouTube area, if there's something specific in there, to make a video and build a list that way, because that's what I do a lot of. I do a lot of list building through YouTube videos, so this is a great way to do that. I'm actually very excited about that.
Yeah, same here. And if someone for some reason isn't able to find any content or ebooks in their niche in the database, we have the request tab here. And you can submit a request for whatever it is that you want. And here there's people submitting stuff for gardening, local mobile marketing, PPV advertising, and then you can vote it up, and then they'll work on getting the content added. Nice. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it couldn't get any simpler than this. When I first talked to Dayan about this, there was 125,000 articles in the network. Now there's over 128,000 articles, so it's constantly growing. It's going to continue to grow, so there's more content in here than anyone can ever get their hands on.
Nice. And we do have a question here from Charles, and he asks, and I think this probably has to do with the fact that we hit the cart button to store but he wants to know if you have to pay for each of the articles, or are they public use once you're inside?
Yeah, no. Well, once you pay for big content search, whether it's the lifetime or the yearly, once you're in, all the articles you get them. You don't have to pay anything additional for any time you download any content. I guess the wording on there that says add to cart does sound like you have to pay for it, but it just adds it to your cart so that you can go back and download them later.
Beautiful. And as Charles did, feel free to ask any questions you want in the chat box, especially since we're still testing this software out, so it's good to see that it is working. And I also created a sweet little poll. If you go to the polls tab, you can see the question is, what do you think of Josh? Is he either A, cool, B, awesome, or 3, superhuman? So feel free to engage in our poll to see how that works.
Either of those would work.
So, all right. So, Josh, tell me this. Who is this actually for? I mean, who's the ideal person to pick something like this up?
Yeah, absolutely. And
pick up something like this. There we go.
Yeah. For me, it would pretty much be anyone that's working on niche sites, that's working on client sites, that's working with YouTube videos. Pretty much anyone that wants to make their life easier when it comes to content creation. Like I said, I know when I first got started, the first 2 or 3 niche sites that I put up, I wrote the content for each and every one of those blog posts on those sites. It took forever. I mean, and once I did that, I never wrote a single piece of content again, because I think I spent at least 2 to 3 weeks just writing content for these sites. And it was researching, it was making sure, and then I would check how many words there were to make sure I was at least 400 words. So it was pretty much a nightmare. So if someone wants to avoid that and then avoid spending hours upon hours writing content, wants to avoid spending hundreds of thousands of dollars outsourcing content, that just basically wants to make their life overall easier. And we have members that offer offline services to their clients, and they need to add content to their client sites. Again, we have people that work on niche sites, that YouTube marketing. So it's pretty much universal. I mean, anyone who needs content will benefit from big content search.
Here, Charles has another question here. He says, do we have to worry about duplicate articles if we're using these to build link wheels? That's a good question. I mean, if you're going to be posting them on link wheels, that's where the spun version comes in handy. You definitely want to make sure you have a spinning tool that you can use to make the articles unique. Sure. So you definitely don't want to be posting the same version of an article out there on 10 or 20 different link wheel properties. Oh, and he just posted, we lost sound for a second there. I don't know if anyone else can hear us or if we've lost everybody here, but hopefully you can still hear us, and maybe it was only temporary. We had some issues with Skype earlier as well, so hopefully that's a temporary thing. But we're going to keep going because I can hear you and you can hear me, so we'll keep going. Hopefully everyone else can. But the other question that I would say is, or actually let me hit this, because this is something that you just brought up that reminded me of something. If you want to kind of ninja tip with this is something cool you can kind of do with this. Because you can create these spun ebooks and whatnot, one thing you can actually do is you could actually take an ebook, spin that content, and then go to a place like Fiverr and sell that ebook for $5, and all you have to do literally for that $5 is post the download link, and if you're smart, you can even post it on a download page and start building a funnel that way. Fiverr doesn't like that so much, but it works. So
yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, I didn't even think of that. That's a genius idea. And
I'd say this though. One thing to be careful of, guys: do not take the spun ebooks and run over to Udemy and try to create a course out of it, because they will likely find out. So they do not allow PLR content. It must be all original. So don't do that. But Fiverr, you can definitely do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would take maybe 1 or 2 minutes to deliver not even, once you put it up there, it's already created. It'll take you seconds to deliver it. That's a great way to look at it. And another good thing that I've done in the past before is, not only can you use the ebook to build your list, but you can use the ebook to write a follow-up sequence. You break it up into 5 to 10 emails. and then you create a follow-up sequence on top of the ebook so that you can also deliver content once someone signs up to your list to get the ebook. So there's tons of ways to get creative with the content, and use it to benefit you and your business.
Beautiful. Well, that's exciting to hear. I'm loving that. Now, when it comes to the ebooks, are there any restrictions or anything, or are these wide open? Do whatever you need to do with them.
Yeah. These are wide open, and if there are any restrictions, it's all posted on the information page. It'll tell you on the right-hand side what if there's any restrictions to that content, if at all any. But I don't believe there's any content in the network that has any kind of restrictions to it.
Beautiful. Well, that's awesome. Is there anything else people should know? I don't want to keep people on here all day long with this. I want them to get over to that sales page and check it out. So is there anything else that people should know about this before tomorrow morning? Yeah,
I know I always get the questions, and you always get the questions, is there an upsell offer? And I actually want to talk about it because I'm really excited about the upsell offer, and it makes things even that much easier for people who are building niche sites and things like that.
Oh, good, because I don't even know what it is, so that's good.
Yeah. What we've put together is Dayon. I mean, these guys they're geniuses. It's Dayon and a team of six people in the team in total. And they've put together a second service, which is Big Media Scraper, and what it does is it allows it basically goes out there and scrapes images and videos to add to the content, so that you don't have to go out there and manually search for this stuff. And then on top of that, they've created a WordPress plugin that automatically posts the content to your WordPress blog. So you get the content from Big Content Search. You get the media from Big Media Scraper, and then you use the plugin to automatically post it to your WordPress blog, and you can set it to post content at however many intervals you want, so that you don't have to no longer go in there and publish content manually. So you can just set it, and it'll publish content twice a week, 3 times a week, once a month, however you set it, the WordPress plugin to publish the content. And it also optimizes it for you, so it'll bold text, it'll italicize it, it'll write headers. So I mean, it pretty much takes care of the entire process. So Big Content Search gets you the content, Big Media Scraper gets you the media for it, and then the WordPress plugin automatically posts it to your WordPress blog. So it's kind of the whole working machine together.
Wow. So essentially, if you came up with a niche site you wanted to do, like Garcinia Cambogia is one that I always throw out there because it's a popular diet product. You could literally, without knowing anything about it, create a site, have it populated with all this stuff, and posted on a regular basis without doing anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
It's automized, and that's why I'm excited about it, because it really cuts out a lot of the manual labor that people have to do. So it makes things a lot easier, and they can go out there and focus on other stuff that will get them ranked quicker.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that, and I just wanted to touch on that before we finish, because I know I get those questions all the time. Is there an upsell? If so, what is it? And so
sure, yeah, and for guys like me, it doesn't tell you a lot of times anymore. It's like you just sign in for the product, and it says, okay, you're signed up for the whole funnel. I don't even know what the rest of the funnel is.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I like being transparent, and I get a lot of thanks for that as well, because a lot of times I'll post on the main sales page what the upsell is for, and people appreciate that because they don't really like any hidden stuff that they don't know about.
Beautiful. Well, that's awesome. And just as a note for the result of the poll, Superhuman and Awesome, we're at 50-50 on that. Nobody thought you were cool, though, so you're out of luck on that one.
and also if there's any additional questions, I believe we're going to have a live Q&A box on the sales page tomorrow. So if anyone has any additional questions, there'll be a pop-up there that they can submit any questions, and we'll be able to answer them right away.
Beautiful. Well, that's exciting. And so tomorrow at 10 a.m. is when it opens, correct?
Yeah, 10 a.m. will be the early bird. So if they want to get an additional discount from the already discount that starts at 11, they want to make sure they're there at 10 o'clock.
Beautiful. Well, I want to thank you, Josh, for coming out. Guys, I want to thank you for coming out and letting us not only do this hangout, but to test out Webinar Jam, which so far seems pretty awesome. Works very well. I'm excited by it. I have been since it first came out, but this is my first time really getting to use it. And great. This has worked wonderful. I'm really happy with the way that worked, and I'm really happy with what we've been able to do here. And hopefully everybody else had a good experience with this, and hopefully you'll check out Big Content Search. I always get the search left out of there. Big Content Search.
Yeah, and I mean this is great, man. I mean, I got my copy yesterday when we were talking on Skype, and I'm excited to test one out now myself.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate you coming out today. Thank you, Josh, and good luck with the launch tomorrow. I know I'm excited about it. Hopefully everybody else is as well. And if you want to learn more about it, again, you can head over. We put the link in the chat, so just hit the chat section there, and you can click right over to get to that. And if you're watching this on the replay, it should be there in the replay, and hopefully by the time you see the replay, all you'll have to do is hit the buy button, and it'll take you right over because it'll be for sale then. And that's about it. So thank you guys for coming out and spending a little bit of time with us. Josh, any last words you have for everybody?
No, whatever you're doing, take action. There's nothing that'll teach you more than you going out there and getting in the trenches and making things happen.
Beautiful. All right, Josh, well, thanks a lot. And again, good luck tomorrow. Everybody else, we will see you on the other side, and hopefully in the Facebook rooms and everything else, and on the next chat.
All right, Ray, have a good one.
You too.